a formula involving pi to the sixth power, the zeta function, and the number 945 can look like a hidden geometric pattern, but its rigorous meaning comes first from a classical result in number theory. The goal is to separate what is mathematically proved from what is only a proposed interpretation, while also explaining the words resonance shell, quadrants, factorization, and conjecture in clear terms. The path begins with the zeta function and the special value called zeta of 6, then moves to geometry only after the algebraic identity is firmly understood. The Riemann zeta function is a rule that takes a number greater than 1 and adds the infinite series 1 over 1 to that power, plus 1 over 2 to that power, plus 1 over 3 to that power, and so on forever. For the input 6, zeta of 6 means 1 over 1 to the sixth power plus 1 over 2 to the sixth power plus 1 over 3 to the sixth power, and continuing through all positive whole numbers. This infinite sum converges, which means its partial sums get closer and closer to one fixed number instead of growing without bound. Euler's formula for even zeta values is a classical theorem showing that when the input is an even positive integer, the zeta value is a rational number times a power of pi. For the sixth power case, the theorem gives zeta of 6 equals pi to the sixth power divided by 945. Multiplying both sides of that equation by 945 gives 945 times zeta of 6 equals pi to the sixth power, which is an algebraic consequence of the theorem. The number 945 is not chosen by geometry in this proof, because it is the exact denominator that appears in Euler's evaluated form of zeta of 6. Its prime factorization is 3 cubed times 5 times 7, since 945 equals 27 times 35. This factorization is useful because it shows the arithmetic structure of the coefficient, but by itself it does not prove a connection to golden rectangles, modulo 12 patterns, holography, or backpropagation. A normalized quantity is a quantity that has been rescaled so a chosen expression takes a simpler standard form, so defining the normalized sixth-order zeta energy as 945 times zeta of 6 simply names the expression that equals pi to the sixth power. With that definition, the statement that the normalized sixth-order zeta energy equals pi to the sixth power is true because it repeats the already proved identity in a new name. Quadrants is the square of a distance, so if a distance is d, its quadrants is d squared. A quadrant surface is the set of all points whose squared distance from a chosen center is the same fixed value. If the fixed quadrants is pi to the sixth power, then the distance from the center is the square root of pi to the sixth power, which equals pi cubed because pi is positive. In ordinary three-dimensional geometry, the quadrant surface with quadrants pi to the sixth power is therefore a sphere of radius pi cubed. The phrase resonance shell is not a standard mathematical theorem by itself, so it becomes rigorous only if it is defined as a named shell whose quadrants is pi to the sixth power. Under that definition, saying the resonance shell is the quadrant surface with quadrants pi to the sixth power is correct, but it is correct by definition rather than by discovering a new geometric law. A coherent proof can therefore state the theorem zeta of 6 equals pi to the sixth power over 945, define the energy as 945 times zeta of 6, substitute the theorem into the definition, and conclude that the energy equals pi to the sixth power. If a model then defines a handshake level by the equation quadrants of c and sigma sub c is approximately pi to the sixth power, that is an additional modeling choice, not a consequence forced by the zeta identity alone. A conjecture is an educated claim that may be interesting but still needs proof, so any proposed link between 945, golden rectangles, modulo 12 halfway points, or holographic measuring remains a conjecture until its terms are precisely defined and its implications are demonstrated. The rigorous conclusion is that 945 comes from the proven even zeta value for zeta of 6, while any geometric or physical meaning for that coefficient must be added as a clearly stated definition or tested as a separate conjecture.